First off, I just want to make it clear that this is a serious channel. We get into serious discussions here. There's no gimmicks here. We don't do themed shoots and videos and all of that other gimmicky stuff. Okay, this is serious stuff. Having said that, is why did they make the little hole so bloody small? You need like a child's fingers to get into these candy tubs. Almost like they're not made for adults. Anyway, on to the serious stuff, I suppose. Happy Halloween.
This is Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast from outside. You know it's
Welcome back to this week's episode. Yes, as you can tell, I'm filming this on the 31st of October, which everybody else is usually Halloween. We don't really celebrate here. It's more an excuse to dress up silly and do something with the kids. Camp out, watch some scary movies or scary cartoons. So yeah, there's some leftovers here from tonight's festivities. Okay, let's get on to this week's theme or topic, which is pop culture. If you follow my shorts and also on Instagram, you might have seen that I had recently got my hands on some of the surprisingly some of the very latest pop culture releases. We've been very lucky in South Africa. We've had the second newest one has hit our retailers here, and then there's also the guy that I partnered with, Sounds Limited. He also brought in the very latest pop culture cases, which I believe is only hitting the shelves in the US now. So kudos to him. Thanks again for that. I managed to pick up one or two pieces from him. Why I wanted to feature those is just by sheer coincidence, all of the ones that I've picked up recently paired up with ones that I've picked up before. If you follow the channel, if you've seen the videos on pop culture cars before that I've done, you'll know that I like pairing sort of either themes or themes or cars or series sort of together. And I'll show you what I mean straight off the bat. So a couple of years ago, I think it was last year, it might have been the year before, there'll be a date on this somewhere, but this is the 94 Audi Avant, the 1994 Audi Avant with the Audi racing livery. Okay, it would have been last year because there's a number 23 on the door, so it's not, it wasn't with the yellow pop culture or the gold pop culture logo at the top yet. So it might have been early 2023 or very late 2022. So this was a favorite. I really like these German cars. I like the livery on these. I don't care so much for the game part of it. I've never played Forza. That's not really where the appeal lies for me. But since this one came out, and since we did see the car released in basic, and then also it was a super treasure hunt, not last year, year before, the 2017 Audi Avant, the RS6. I picked that up last month. You'll see it's got the golden pop culture logo. So this is the one that's on the shelves locally. I managed to pick one up from one of our normal retailers. Didn't have to import it, didn't have to get it from an importer. And then also note the 24 on the door, so you can tell the year that this was released. Really loving this. I love having this in like an all premium version. Having the two matching cars, or sort of livery matching. I think they're pretty cool as a set. Really liking those. I think that's a set worth keeping. And then something not necessarily for the ladies, but something in pink. I did show this one off a bit earlier this year. It was a 2024 release. Was the Barbie Cool Combi. I did pick this up locally. If you remember, I also showed it that had a broken J hook, but this was the last one on the shelf at our local Toys R Us. So I picked it up anyway. I knew that I wasn't going to find them hanging anywhere else. The Cool Combis tend to sell up very quickly here. We don't usually see them hanging for any length of time. So with the Audi in the same set as the RS6 is of course the new Corvette. What is this? I get my Corvettes mixed up. The C8. So I usually can't tell the difference between a C8 and a C7. I'm sure some of you are screaming at the TV at the moment, but yeah, that's just what it is. And but it's a cool car. To have this in like a Barbie livery, it's pretty cool. But what this is really an appeal to Mattel is they've got the casting. Why haven't they done the 80s Corvette in the Barbie livery? And I'm saying this now, and maybe in 2 months' time we see it on the schedule for next year's release. But it should be a shoe-in for one of these pop culture cars. I mean, why use the C8? I haven't watched the Barbie movie. Maybe there is a C8 in the movie. I'm not sure. Correct me or just educate me if it is the case. But yes, I mean they've got the casting. We haven't seen it in. I don't know if we've ever seen it in premium. So yeah, that'd be a nice little throwback. And okay, these two also pair up fairly well. Livery is not exactly the same, and the colors aren't exactly the same. But it's the general idea is there. They still make a pretty pair. So yeah, quite liking those as well. Might pick up one if I can find an undamaged Cool Combi. I'll pick that up. And then getting to the probably the star of the show, one of the better pop culture cars, in my opinion, released recently, is the Action Comics number 1, the Action Sedan. I did a video on this car not too well, a little while ago. It was I did a feature on this the car itself. And also how they featured the car. I've got the Funko Pop up there, the Action Comics cover, and then I've also got that SDCC, the Comic Con release that has the sort of the cover in a little diorama. So this is the car from that diorama, only with a bit more sort of comic-y. It's got the like the shadow lines on the front of the car to match the picture on the cover of the comic a little better. The SDCC one does not have that. That's just a clean green car. Yeah, this is very cool, and this obviously pairs up very well with one that I've also picked up not too long ago, the first Batmobile, which was also a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Not this year, not last year, maybe the year before, but it had that figurine, the Batman figure in it. This one does not, but that's okay. That's not too bad. And they make, if you're into comics, like I am a bit, these are very cool. Really like iconic early comic cars. The Action Sedan isn't really, well, neither of these are based on real cars. If you go and watch my old video, there's actually quite a bit of a discussion to see if, or there was, to see if they could identify if the Action Sedan was actually based on a real car. And there were some candidates. I'll link the video below. It's a cool watch, and there's also an article. I forget what website it's from an automotive website. They did the whole sort of poll, and they broke it down and went through sort of what they deduced would have been candidates at the time real cars at that stage that these might have been based on. It's actually quite an interesting read. So yeah, those match up very well. This one, yes, I did feature this in a recent short. Really cool. Liking the cover. Still not a fan of the gold, but we'll see if that persists into next year. But yeah, so those are my pretty pairs. Pretty perfect pairs, if you ask me. And yeah, can't wait to see what else they have. Again, with the new wave, they have the Top Gun Maverick jet in there. Oh, there's the Batman Forever Batmobile, which is that seems to be sort of the peg warmer, which is quite surprising because it's a fairly recent release. We've only just seen it this year in the basics, and we've already got a premium, and a pretty good premium at that, and it has got the movie poster on the card. So I'm quite surprised. I think the reason for that is that there seems to be quite a few per case. I don't know if the action sedan might be one per case, where the Batmobile might be three. So they might drop out one of the sedans and put in an extra Batmobile. That might be why more of those are left hanging. Just a last look at the Audis, just in case you forget what they look like. Please don't. They are fantastic. So yeah, as mentioned before, pop culture boulevards. There really seems to be something for everyone in the latest releases. So go check your shelves, whether you're in the US or here in South Africa. They seem to be incoming or already around. Okay, that's it for this week. I'll see you again next week. Keep well. Cheers. And now I can get back to fishing out my brain candy. This is good. Kids are not going to be happy tomorrow morning. Never mind.